Welcome back to another CAD/CAM tutorial. In this video, we are going to create a wooden stool and assemble it with SolidWorks. As you can see, we create the individual components. The first component is the top. The second component is the leg. The third component is the bar. And the fourth and final component is the nail. And then we assemble into this isometric view here. And then I give it the exploded view, as we can see here. This is very simple to do, so before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed for more SolidWorks assembly tutorials like this. Leave a like on this video and share it to your colleague engineers so they can watch the video also. And we can now start. First off, I'm going to create a folder in the desktop that will store all the SolidWorks files that we will create. So it will be wooden stool assembly. So this is where we will store the SolidWorks files, whether the part files or the assembly file. And then we'll open SolidWorks. In this pop-up, we are creating a part file. And that takes us to the SolidWorks 3D modeling workspace. First, we create the first component, the top. So these are the dimensions on the top. This is just a rectangular plate of length 460 and width 285. And a height of 40 millimeters, and the holes are separated at a length of 340 and a width of 200. The holes have a diameter of 15 through all. So looking at this view, the hole cuts through the whole rectangular plate, and the material type of the top is the polished beech wood. So extrude because we are adding material on the top plane with a rectangle, and we are using the center rectangle and the center on the origin. Draw the rectangle and dimension a length of 460 and a width of 285. Sketch fully defined. Exit sketch. The height is 40 millimeters. Okay. Now let's create the holes. So you are going to use the hole wizard. And first we set the positions for the center of the holes. So come to positions and click on this face. And then you drop 4 points on this face, and you have to align them. So we connect the 4 points with horizontal lines and vertical lines. Make sure this line is horizontal and a construction geometry, because it will be just a reference line. This will also be a vertical line and a construction geometry. This will be a horizontal line and a construction geometry, and this will be a vertical line, construction geometry. Now we want to centrally place this rectangle. So just connect a vertical line between this center and the origin, and then the origin and this center here. Again, this will be a vertical line, construction geometry, and this will be a horizontal line, construction geometry. So these 4 points are located in the center of the rectangular plate. Now the distance of separation between these two centers is 340, and this is 200. So fully defined sketch, come to type, and then you specify the parameters for the hole. So the hole has a diameter of 15 millimeters through all. The hole type should be legacy hole. The type should be a simple hole, and the diameter 15 millimeters. The end condition, set it to through all. There is no need to specify this depth. And everything okay, so okay. And we change the material type to polished beech wood. So click on this part and edit appearance. Under the appearance, we can see different types of appearance here. So go with the organic and the wood. So under the wood, we can see this polished beech 2D. So double click on it. Okay. And this is the first part. So save it. And you're going to save it in the desktop. The folder that we created. This is a wooden stool assembly folder that we created. This is the first part, the top. And save. Next, we create the second component, the leg. So again, these are the dimensions on the leg. For the holes in the leg, which are these holes, the draft angle should be 64 degrees. This arc has a radius of 86. The fall height is 320. The length here is 360, and the length over here is 260. The holes have a diameter of 15. Both holes have a diameter of 15. This distance is 42.50. And then the material type is again polished beech wood. So create a new file, this new, and it will be a part file also. Okay. Now we are adding materials, so again extrude, and this is the right view, so it sketches on the right plane. Looking at this right view, the part is symmetric about a mid-vertical plane, so we just sketch half and then mirror onto the other side. So first you're going to get our vertical plane, make it a reference line, and then we draw half the sketch. And you make sure that the center of this arc is in the middle of the part, so just hold the shift key, click on this center and this point here, make vertical. This length is 360, this is 260. So click on this point and then click on this reference line. This is half of the distance, but when you move your cursor outside, this will be the full distance, 360. Again, this distance, click on this point and this line, move your cursor outside, 260. The full height is 320 and the radius of the arc is 86. So this line and this line, 320, and the radius of this arc is 86. As you can see, sketch fully defined. So we mirror onto the other side. So with the mirror entities, the entities to mirror, click on this line and this arc, copy, and then mirror about this vertical center line. Okay. The sketch is still fully defined, so we exit. And the thickness is 30 millimeters. Okay. Then we create this first hole. So we use the extruded cut on this face. Then we draw a circle. And the diameter of the circle is 15 millimeters at a distance of 42.5 from this top edge. and it's in the center of the part. So just hold the shift key, click on this center and this origin, make vertical. Sketch fully defined, so exit sketch. And then we are extruding through the whole part, so just set the end condition to through all. Okay. Then we create these two holes. These will be drilled holes. So with the hole wizard, first specify the position of the hole. So click on this face and then leave 2 points on this face. You have to make sure they are aligned very well. So just connect these 2 points with a vertical line. And make sure it's a reference line. We want to align it in the center of the part, so hold the shift key, click on the center of the line and then the origin. Make horizontal. And then again, hold shift key, click on this center. And then this center here, make vertical. Distance between the two holes is 200 millimeters. As you can see, fully defined. Again, come to type, and then the type is 15 diameter hole and a draft angle of 64. So again, the hole type should be legacy hole. The type should be a simple drilled hole, and the drill angle should be 64 degrees. Diameter of the hole is 15, and the depth, this time set it to blind, and a depth of 15 millimeters. So specify the depth to 15 millimeters. Okay. Now let's see if the drill is visible. So come to this display style and set the display to hidden lines visible. As we can see, this is the drill angle. And the appearance is a polished beech wood. So come to appearance, and then under organic wood, and this is a polished beech wood. So save the part. This is the second part, the leg. Next, we create the third component, the bar. So create a new file, a new part file. Okay. Extrude because we are adding material on the front plane. I'll draw a rectangle, and the dimensions on the rectangle is 310 millimeters by 85 millimeters. You have to make the rectangle symmetric about the origin. So hold the shift key, locate this center, click on it, and then click on the origin, make coincident. Fully defined sketch, exit, and the thickness is 25 millimeters. Okay. Then we create the hole inside. So with the hole wizard, specify the position of this hole on this face. So place the center here, and the distance from the center of the hole to the top here is 42.50. And the hole is in the middle of the block, so just hold shift key, click on the center, and locate this center here, make vertical. Fully defined, so the hole type again a legacy hole, and the type should be a simple drilled because we need a drill angle. So again, the drill angle is 64, the hole diameter is 15, and the depth is 25. And we want to set the depth up to the shoulder. So select this depth up to shoulder. Okay. We need the same hole on the side. So just mirror. So we'll come to mirror feature. The mirror face of plane should be the right plane because it's in the middle of the block. And the features to mirror, click on this hole. Okay. Then we change the material appearance to polished beechwood. Okay. And save the part. This is the third component, the bar. So we have to make a correction on the leg. We want to edit the hole, so click on the hole and edit feature. Now we set the depth up to the shoulder instead. Okay. And save again. Next, we create the final component, the nail. You are going to sketch just half of the section and then revolve around the horizontal axis. The material type is a carbon steel. So again, create a new parts file. And first, we create a sketch on the front plane. We get the constructional line, which would be the axis for the revolve. And then you sketch half the profile of the nail. Now let's dimension. The diameter of the nail is 15 millimeters and the diameter of the head is 25 millimeters. So click on this line and the center line. Move your cursor outside. This is 15. Click on this line. This is 25. This length is 3, and the distance from this edge to the tip is 70. So this, and we can see it has selected this dimension. Press the escape key, and this is 3. The distance from this line to the tip is 70. And then this angle is 32. So click on this inclined line and the center line. This is 32. So fully defined sketch. Come to features and then revolve board base. Now because we didn't close the sketch is open. So we have to select yes, so that this center line will be used as the axis for the revolve. So set the direction to blind and the angle to 360 degrees. Okay. And we change the appearance to carbon steel. So on a metal steel appearance, we go with the carbon steel here. Okay. And save the parts. So this is the fourth component, the nail. And then finally, we create the assembly and the exploded view. So we'll create a new file. This time it will be an assembly file. Okay. And this is our SolidWorks assembly workspace. And because we've not closed any of the parts, they appear over here. So we have to first insert the first component, the top. So click on the top and then move your cursor here. Click to release. By default, the first component that we insert in the SolidWorks assembly workspace is fixed. So when you click on it and you want to move it, it tells you that the selected component is fixed. It cannot be moved. In order to move it, just right click on the component and then float. So click on it and then move your cursor, and you can see we are now moving the parts. First off, we have to meet the origin of the components to the origin of the assembly workspace. So under assembly, come to mate, and then the first mate we are selecting will be the origin of the assembly workspace. Under the top, select the origin of the component, and then check this align axis. Okay. So the assembly is fully defined. When you click on it and you want to move it, it tells you that the selected component is fully defined. It cannot be moved. Then we insert the second component. So click on insert components. The second component will be the leg. So click on the leg and then drag your mouse here. First, you have to make the holes so that the nail can pass through. So under mates, under standard mates, click on this hole and this hole. Okay. And then click on this hole and this hole. Okay. Now click on the part and then move your cursor up. You can see you can only move it in a vertical direction. So click on this face and this face. Okay. So fully defined assembly. We cannot move any parts. Okay. We need a second leg here. So just hold the control key, left click on the parts, and then move your cursor. And you can see the second leg has been generated automatically. Just as we did for this leg, come to meet. Meet this hole and this hole, and then this hole and this hole. Okay. And then merge this face and this face. Okay. Fully defined assembly. Then we insert the third component, which is the bar. Again, you are going to meet the holes. So meet under standard meets. Just click on this hole, come down, then click on this hole. Okay. Then you want to mix this hole and this hole. Okay. Next, you want to make sure that this face is coincident with this face. Okay. We can only move in this lateral way. So just align this face with this face. We'll click on this face and then this face. Okay. Now fully defined assembly. Okay. And then we add the nails to it. So we insert the last component, which is the nail. Insert the first one here. You see the orientation. In order to rotate the nail, You're going to rotate it about the z-axis, so we just click on this z, and as we can see, it has been rotated. Under meets and standard meets, just click on this face and this face of the hole. So click on this face. And this face. Okay. We don't want any rotation, so just click on lock. Click on the top and the nail, and there will be no rotation. So fully defined assembly. We can manually insert the rest of the nails, but the best thing is to pattern. So come to linear components pattern. The components to pattern, click on this nail. The first direction, just click on this line. We are going to use this direction. We can reverse the direction for it to go here, but we need this direction. And looking at the dimensions on the top, the distance from this center to this center is 340. So the distance should be 340, and we need 2 nails. And then in direction 2, click on this line. We want to go in the opposite direction, so just reverse. And the distance between these two centers is 200, so set it to 200, and we need 2 nails. Come down and check this option. Okay, so fully defined assembly, and we insert this nail. So to bring this nail, just hold the control key, click on this nail, and then move your cursor to this point. Now let's meet. So under standard meets, click on this nail, this face of the nail, the round face of the nail, and then this hole. This is not how we want it to be, so we just flip meet alignment. Okay. And then click on this face and this face of the nail, so they can be coincident. No rotation, so lock the nail and the leg. Okay, fully defined. And then instead of inserting this one, we just mirror this onto the other side. So come to mirror components. The mirror plane, we want to use the right plane of the top, and then the components to mirror, click on this nail. Next, and then this is the nail. Okay, fully defined assembly. So here, that's how to create the wooden stool assembly with SolidWorks. Finally, we create the exploded view. So come to exploded view, and you have to select the first step. And the first step we are going to move is these 2 nails here. Since there are 2 nails, we select the radial step, click on this nail and this nail, and then click on this arrow and move it to a location where you want it to be. Done. The second step should be these 4 nails. Since they are just singular nails, they are not nails on opposite sides like these nails. You just choose the regular step and click on the 4 nails. Move it up. Done. Next, remove this bar. So since it's just one, it's not a pair, so we just use the regular step, click on the bar and move it down. Done. And then we remove the 2 legs. They are a pair, so we use the radial step, click on the 2 legs, move them. Done. And then with the regular step, click on this top and move it down a bit. Okay. So this will be the final exploded view. So move up, right click on this assembly, collapse, and then you can explode, and you can also animate the collapse. This will make it loop. This will slow down the play, and this will fasten it. So yeah, that's how to create the exploded view of this wooden stool with SolidWorks. Thanks for watching, and that's the end of this tutorial. I hope this helped you out. If it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. Share the video to your friends and your colleague engineers so they can also watch it, and I'll see you in the next one. Safe.